If you are currently receiving Social Security benefits and someone told you that your check is locked in forever and can never increase, I need you to stop and pay attention because that is not entirely true. There are actually several legitimate ways to increase your Social Security payment even after you have already started collecting, and most people have no idea these options exist. Whether you claimed early at 62, 63, or 64, or you are already at full retirement age, there may be money on the table that you are leaving behind simply because nobody told you about these strategies. Today I'm going to walk you through every single way your Social Security check can increase after you start receiving it, and some of these could put hundreds of extra dollars in your pocket every single month for the rest of your life. Before we get into the details, if you want to stay informed about every Social Security update and strategy that could put more money in your pocket, take a moment right now to subscribe to this channel. We break down the latest news and little-known rules every week in plain, simple terms so you never miss out on benefits you have earned. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you are always one step ahead. Now let me show you exactly how you can increase your Social Security check even after you have started collecting. The most obvious way your Social Security check increases is through the annual cost of living adjustment, commonly known as COLA. This is something every beneficiary receives automatically each year when the Social Security Administration determines that inflation has increased the cost of goods and services. In recent years, we have seen COLA increases ranging from modest amounts to the largest adjustments in decades. The 2025 COLA was 2.8%, which translated to roughly $56 more per month for the average retiree. Now, while the COLA is automatic and everyone receives it, many people feel that these increases never quite keep pace with the actual rising costs of things like groceries, utilities, and especially health care. Medicare Part B premiums have been increasing significantly, and for some retirees, the Medicare increase can eat up most or even all of their COLA increase. However, there is something called the hold harmless provision that protects certain beneficiaries. Under this provision, if your Medicare Part B premium increase would be larger than your COLA increase, Social Security will not allow your net check to decrease below what you received the previous year. This means some people actually pay a reduced Medicare Part B premium to ensure their check does not go down. This typically affects people with lower benefit amounts, but even a discount of $5, $10, or $15 matters when you are living on a fixed income. Now, let me explain a way to increase your benefits that many people do not realize exists. If you are receiving Social Security benefits and you continue to work, your benefit amount can actually increase over time. This surprises a lot of people because they assume that once they start collecting, their benefit is calculated and that is it forever. That is not how it works. Social Security calculates your benefit based on your highest 35 years of earnings. Every single year, Social Security receives your earnings information from the IRS and automatically reviews your record. If your current year earnings are higher than one of the 35 years used in your original benefit calculation, Social Security will swap out the lower year and replace it with the higher one. This triggers an automatic recalculation of your benefit amount, and your monthly check will increase. Here is where many people get confused. They think that if they earned $20,000 last year, that is obviously higher than the $5,000 they earned back when they were young and just starting out. But Social Security does not just look at raw dollar amounts. They use something called wage indexing, which adjusts past earnings for inflation. That $5,000 you earned in 1980 might actually be equivalent to $50,000 or more in today's dollars after indexing. So your recent earnings have to be genuinely higher than your indexed past earnings to trigger an increase. If you had some years with very low earnings or years with zero earnings in your work history, continuing to work now can definitely boost your benefit. And the best part is this entire process is automatic. You do not have to fill out any paperwork or call Social Security. They do the recalculation themselves and increase your payment automatically. Another powerful way to increase your Social Security benefits involves suspending your benefits, either voluntarily or involuntarily. Let me explain how this works because it can be confusing. If you claimed Social Security early and then went back to work and earned more than the annual earnings limit, Social Security will withhold some of your benefits. The earnings limit for 2025 is $24,480. If you earn more than that while collecting benefits before your full retirement age, Social Security will withhold $1 of benefits for every $2 you earn over the limit. Now, here is what many people do not realize. Those withheld months are not lost forever. When you reach your full retirement age, Social Security applies something called an adjustment to the reduction factor. Let me give you an example to make this clear. Suppose you claimed benefits 30 months before your full retirement age. Your benefit was reduced based on those 30 months of early claiming, but then you went back to work and earned enough that Social Security withheld 20 months worth of benefits. When you reach full retirement age, Social Security looks at your record and says, wait, you only actually received benefits for 10 months early, not 30 months. So they recalculate your benefit with only a 10-month reduction instead of a 30-month reduction. This increases your monthly payment for the rest of your life. And just like the earnings recomputation, this adjustment is automatic. Social Security does the math and increases your benefit when you reach full retirement age. Now let me tell you about a strategy that very few people know about and even fewer actually use. It is called voluntary delayed retirement credits. Most people know that if you wait until age 70 to claim Social Security, your benefit will be about 24% higher than it would be at full retirement age. That is because you earn delayed retirement credits of 8% per year for every year you wait past full retirement age up to age 70. But what if you already claim benefits and you are now at or past your full retirement age? You can actually suspend your benefits voluntarily and start earning those delayed retirement credits. This is called voluntary suspension, and it allows you to earn that 8% annual increase even though you already started collecting. Here is how it works. You contact Social Security and tell them you want to suspend your benefits to earn delayed retirement credits. They will stop your monthly payments, and for every month your benefits are suspended, you earn delayed retirement credits. When you turn 70 or decide to restart your benefits, your monthly payment will be permanently higher based on the credits you accumulated. This strategy is not for everyone. You need to have other income or savings to cover your expenses while your benefits are suspended. But for people who can afford to do it, the math can work out very favorably over a long retirement. The extra 8% per year adds up quickly, and that higher benefit continues for the rest of your life and can even increase survivor benefits for a spouse. Here's something important you need to know about this strategy. Many Social Security employees are not familiar with voluntary delayed retirement credits because very few people request them. If you call or visit your local Social Security office and ask about this, you may encounter resistance or confusion. Some people have been told incorrectly that they cannot do this. If that happens, do not give up. The policy exists and you have the right to use it. You may need to be persistent and even bring documentation showing the relevant Social Security regulations to get the request processed correctly. Another powerful way to increase your Social Security income is to add a second benefit to your record. Many people do not realize that you can potentially receive benefits on more than one Social Security record. While the payments are combined into a single deposit, you may be entitled to additional money based on your spouse's record, your ex-spouse's record, or a deceased spouse's record. Let me explain how this works. If you are married and your spouse has a higher earnings record than you, you may be eligible for spousal benefits. If the spousal benefit calculated at 50% of your spouse's full retirement age benefit is higher than your own retirement benefit, you can receive your own benefit plus an additional amount to bring you up to the spousal benefit level. This is essentially two benefits combined. For divorced individuals, the same rules can apply if your marriage lasted at least 10 years and you have not remarried. You can claim spousal benefits on your ex-spouse's record without affecting their benefits at all. They will not even be notified. This is an incredibly valuable benefit that many divorced people miss out on simply because they do not know it exists. If your ex-spouse had significantly higher lifetime earnings than you, this could add hundreds of dollars to your monthly income. Survivor benefits are another category where people often miss out on money they are entitled to receive. If your spouse passes away, you may be eligible for survivor benefits based on their earnings record. The survivor benefit can be as much as 100% of what your deceased spouse was receiving or entitled to receive. For many widows and widowers, this represents a significant increase over their own retirement benefit. There are also specialized categories of survivor benefits that are even less well known. One of these is called Disabled Widow or Widower Benefits, sometimes abbreviated as DWIB. This benefit is available to surviving spouses who become disabled within a certain time frame after their spouse's death. The eligibility rules are specific, but for those who qualify, this benefit can provide crucial income that they would otherwise miss out on. I recently heard from a viewer who discovered she was eligible for disabled widow benefits after learning about the program. She applied, was approved, and received retroactive benefits going all the way back several months. This was money she would never have received if she had not learned about this specific benefit category. Stories like hers are exactly why understanding the full range of Social Security benefits is so important. There are rules and options that even many Social Security employees do not think to mention unless you specifically ask about them. The key lesson here is that Social Security is far more complex than most people realize, and there are exceptions to almost every rule. When someone tells you that your benefit is locked in forever once you start collecting, that is simply not accurate. Your benefit can increase through cost of living adjustments. It can increase if you continue working and replace low earning years in your record. It can increase if benefits are withheld due to the earnings limit and later recalculated. It can increase if you voluntarily suspend benefits after full retirement age to earn delayed retirement credits. And your total Social Security income can increase if you become eligible for spousal, divorced spousal, or survivor benefits that add to your own retirement benefit. Each of these strategies has specific rules and requirements, and not every option will apply to every person. But the important thing is knowing that these options exist so you can evaluate whether any of them apply to your situation. Too many people leave money on the table because they assume there's nothing they can do to improve their Social Security income. The reality is very different. There are multiple pathways to potentially increasing your benefits, and taking the time to understand them can pay off substantially over the course of your retirement. If you are not sure whether any of these strategies apply to you, consider creating an account on the Social Security Administration website if you have not already. You can review your earnings history, see your benefit estimates at different claiming ages, and access important documents related to your benefits. You can also contact Social Security directly to ask questions about your specific situation. Just be aware that you may sometimes need to be persistent and knowledgeable about the rules, especially when asking about less common options like voluntary delayed retirement credits. The bottom line is this: your Social Security benefit is not set in stone. There are legitimate ways to increase your payment even after you have started collecting, and understanding these options is one of the most valuable things you can do for your retirement security. If you found this information helpful, make sure you are subscribed to this channel so you never miss an important update about Social Security. We cover every change and strategy that could affect your benefits and explain it all in plain language. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next video with more information that could help you maximize your Social Security income.